Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. Happy Newsweek. This is a new week, and we're very happy to bring our show titled Speak of Africa. There's a whole lot of news breaking out in the motherland. But before we get to the news, we want to remind you that we are business people. We're in the income tax preparation business. It is tax season. So if you need help to do your taxes, come to us. Even if somebody else prepared your taxes last year, we handle very tough tax problems. So if your tax preparer cannot handle a lot of issues, come to us. The issue may have to do with the Internal Revenue Service or may even have to do with your state. We'll be able to navigate you through all the issues. Don't worry about it. And besides, we are also business architects. We're helping a lot of people start new businesses. As we say, self-reliance is our motto. We've been encouraging Africans everywhere to become self-reliant. That's the only way we can emerge from being victims to actors. This victim mentality has to end. Today, we are dealing with the Trump administration in the United States of America. The major story is immigration scare. Trump is scaring the hell out of everybody. Chicago, Africans are scared. Maryland, Africans are scared. New York, Africans are scared. California, Africans are scared. Texas, Africans are scared. What we say is, don't just be scared. Try to protect yourself. Try to get legal help. Okay? We can also suggest help if you need help. We can give you the phone number to call. Get some help and don't just be scared. So this reminds us that instead of seeing ourselves as victims, Trump's actions remind us that just like Trump is trying to make America great again, we can make Africa great again. We can do this by paying attention to our issues, by looking at what has happened to us in history, historical preoccupations, self-consciousness. We have to be aware of where we find ourselves today in the world. We are adrift, and that's why Africa is in chaos. Take a look at Congo, DRC. Do you hear the news this week? M23, Mouvement 23, a very large rebel army supported by the army of Rwanda, of Paul Kagame, encircle Goma. It's a big city in Congo DRC with inhabitants of over 2 million. The citizens are paralyzed, powerless. So many, over 1,000 people have been killed. What's happening? Well, the Congo crisis reminds us that Africans need to be great again. Instead of just complaining about what Trump is doing to us, we need to stop being victims of circumstances. We have to be masters of our own destiny. We have to be architects of our own destiny. That's what should be. And that's the message we share on this show of today. We don't only relay the news, we also proffer solutions to African problems. When you look at what is happening in Congo DRC, Congo DRC is probably the richest country in Africa. And it's also one of the biggest countries in Africa in terms of territory. It's a very big, gigantic country. When you look at the history of this country, this is a country that has known so much pain, especially when we look back from 1884, during the scramble for Africa. Congo, we used to have the Congo Kingdom. King Leopold of Belgium took advantage of this country, this kingdom, exploited the people, cut limbs, cut hands, everything, because he wanted to exploit the minerals of that country. Even after the end of colonialism, we are still facing problems. Congo remains what Joseph Conrad wrote in his travelogue titled Heart of Darkness. In Congo DRC, you have the predicament where this country is so rich, but the mineral riches of Congo DRC have become a curse. Instead of these people enjoying what God has given them, the people are powerless. They are allowing foreigners to steal the wealth God has given them. As a result, they themselves are living in poverty. That's what we see in Congo DRC. Congo DRC is in news big time. Mouvement 23, surrogates of Paul Kagame of Rwanda, have become emboldened. They are saying that they may even have to march. Goma may be a big capital, but they want to march down to Kinshasa. Kinshasa is the capital city of Congo DRC. So the M23 are planning to march down. So people may be asking, why is this crisis taking place in the Congo? Well, this is not the first Congo crisis. Congo has had so many crises in its history, starting with the crisis they experienced after independence in 1960. Joseph Kasavubu was the president. Lumumba Patrice was the prime minister. A few days after independence, the army mutinied and the government collapsed. Mobutu's soldiers arrested the prime minister. Then Joseph Kasavubu became a puppet of Mobutu. Before long, the people wanted Patrice Lumumba to lead them to real independence. But Belgium, the colonial master, did not want this country to have genuine independence. Some people are saying that Patrice Lumumba was not a clever or smart politician. He should not have confronted the Belgian king during the ceremony of liberation, of independence. He should have waited a little bit. So some of them blame Lumumba for that. But after Lumumba was killed, that was the beginning of hell for Congo DRC. Since the death of Lumumba, it looks like God has punished Congo. Bad things are happening to this country every day. Congo has a lot of wealth, but Congolese people are living in poverty. After Lumumba, Mobutu took over. Mobutu has been a puppet and a spy of the CIA. The CIA was using Mobutu to steal all the wealth of Congo DRC. Even the bomb, the atomic bomb. How did America make the first atomic bomb? It was based on the minerals that were derived from Congo DRC. That's how it happened. Congo DRC has so many minerals to a point that everybody, you see people flying at night in planes to steal the wealth of this country. Then you ask yourself, what's the government doing about it? Well, the government is in cahoot with most of these thieves. Most of these guys looting the country are dancing with the politicians of that country. The politicians open bank accounts in offshore areas and bleed the country dry. So you ask yourself, why are the people poor? The people are poor because they cannot enjoy the wealth of their country. The elite of that country, who are part of the political landscape, they connive with foreigners to steal all the wealth. Sometimes you go to the border between, say, Congo DRC and Rwanda. You see the way minerals are leaving Congo DRC to Rwanda. So when you see an army, a rebel army like M23, M23, they are a tool in the hands of Paul Kagame. Rwanda doesn't have any minerals. But what Rwanda does, Rwanda uses M23 as a proxy. M23 steals all those minerals, then they ship them to Rwanda. Rwanda does not have any minerals, but Rwanda is thriving. The miracle of Rwanda. The miracle of Rwanda is built on theft, on loot. A lot of people are saying that any great wealth or great fortune is always built on loot or theft. In the case of Rwanda, this is also true. Rwanda doesn't have any minerals, but the M23 and the other rebel groups acting in the east of Congo DRC are stealing all these minerals, then they are taking them to Rwanda. Then Rwanda sells them in the international market and makes top dollar. Then you ask yourself, why is it that the international community is not doing anything to stop the M23 or Paul Kagame? Well, because in the real world, where we have real politics. It is a game of interest. It is not a matter of friendship or a matter of love. All the countries, even the countries that are neighbors of Congo DRC, they have their own self-interest. They may give the impression that they want to help Congo DRC, but they don't want to help Congo DRC. They want to help themselves. And I think that's the surprise of President Felix Tshisekedi. When he came to power, he was thinking that he would be able to use most of these foreign guys to prop himself and fight M23 and Rwanda. But he did not understand that his country is very weak. And people keep asking me, how is it that a small country such as Rwanda can fight and beat Congo DRC? It is because during the time of Mobutu Sese Seko, the army of that country was weakened. Even the colonial army was really weakened. Mobutu killed so many good generals in that army. Then most of the people during the last days of Mobutu, whenever Mobutu gave the money to go and buy weapons, the money was siphoned. They put it in their private bank accounts and they never returned home. So that's how the Congolese army became very weak. So in order to overthrow Mobutu, what happened? Laurent Kabila was already living abroad. So he had to work with Rwanda, Uganda, and Kenya to build a revolutionary force to come and take over the government in Congo DRC. When this happened, you have to understand, the east of Congo DRC, you have the Tutsis and the Hutus. I don't have too much time to go into depth, but these people are there. It's like in each country in Africa, you have the same tribes living in many different countries. You take, for example, like Nigeria. The Europeans carved out a country with so many different tribes living in it. So you don't only have, say, the Yorubas or the Igbos or the Hausas. You have so many other tribes that are forced together to live in the same spot. It's the same thing that obtains in Congo DRC and the neighboring countries, even Burundi. When you go to Burundi, you see the Hutus. Then the Tutsis now are in power in Rwanda. They don't like to see the Hutus. The Hutus are their enemy. So Kagame is fighting an existential war. He thinks this is a war of survival. So long as the Hutus remain in Congo DRC, they may come and overthrow him in Rwanda. He doesn't want that to happen. So he uses the M23 as an army to fight the Hutus. Now that the Congolese government does not understand the politics and does not have the power, I feel sorry for Felix Tshisekedi. If I were Felix Tshisekedi, instead of wasting my time struggling to stay in power for long, I should have tried to build a strong army for my country. Because when you have a strong army, then you can fend off offensives from M23 and Paul Kagame. Because M23 has very big and powerful weapons. How can non-state actors have such weapons? It's because they are getting these weapons from Rwanda, Paul Kagame's country. Paul Kagame has given them carte blanche to get these weapons and kill people in Congo DRC. Which is why there is always a conflict taking place around the border. And now that they have taken over Goma, what is the international community doing about it? Well, the international community is very hypocritical. We've told you this on many of our shows. They may tell you, oh, never again, there will be not other genocide taking place. No, more genocides are continuing to take place. Because if not, what are they going to do? The people just don't care. They don't just care. It's not in their interest to fight. So this fight is the fight for Felix Tshisekedi to handle. He should not be trying to hire other people to fight the fight for him. We saw some pictures of Romanian mercenaries. They were arrested and now they were taken to Rwanda so that they can leave the country. So it looks like Felix Tshisekedi has been struggling to look for people to fight for him. We think a better approach is to look for patriotic Congolese, build them up so that they can build their own army He can get foreigners to train this army, but he needs to invest resources in that army. They say model the excellence of your neighbor. Look at what Paul Kagame has done in Rwanda. After the genocide of 1994, when he took over the country, he started building his army. So right now, Paul Kagame has a very formidable army. The army has a lot of weapons, which is why Congo DRC does not stand a chance. Felix Tshisekedi had a lot of money, but he should have pumped this money into building a strong army. Don't wait until it's too late. The first 3 years when he got into power, he should have spent time building his army. He did not do it. He has been struggling but to stay in power for 3, 4, 10 terms. Just like Mo Ibrahim says in one of the videos we're going to share with you today. Africans want to stay in power even though they don't have a good program for the people. Why are you staying in power? You spend your time, let other young people take over and run the country. No, you want to stay there until you turn over 92, like it obtains in La République du Cameroun. Right now, you have Paul Biya. At 92, he cannot even walk. You see videos of him limping one leg with another leg, but he still wants to be president. Come on. Then, so another Cameroonian was even making fun of Paul Biya. He said, there are 2 projects that probably Biya has succeeded in achieving since he took power for over 43 years. One, to marry Chantal is probably his most successful project. Then the second project is he has learned how to read Machiavelli's book titled The Prince. How you can instill fear in people so that they will let you rule forever. So Paul Biya is a good student of Niccolo Machiavelli. He read that book and he applied the principles, so he's been able to stay in power because of those principles. Everything else, Biya has done nothing. He has not done anything to develop the country. And that's the biggest disappointment. Yet, he's running again for president and he's telling the people, I understand your pain, I understand your problems, I'm going to do something about it. What? After over 43 years, you've not done anything about it. You want to do something now when you are in your sick bed? Come on, this Biya guy is smoking something. But who should blame Biya? You should blame but his people. Because the way the guy created a system, he created a system that would need to be unraveled by a revolution. All the people who occupy top positions in the army come from his Beti tribe. Which is why it's really difficult to dislodge him. Because you come to the village, he hires only his own people to be close and top guys in the army. If you come from a different tribe, they will not hire you. Or if they hire you, you will not get to sensitive positions in the army. So all the leadership positions are occupied by his people. So that's why it's really difficult. Somebody asked me, Biya cannot even walk. But how come the people are very afraid of him? How come the people cannot take over? He has instilled so much fear in Cameroonians to the extent that they are all afraid. As they say, fear makes a coward of us all, which is what you see. Even the Quartier du Lac, where Biya used to live as the prime minister. I used to attend a primary school just around that area, the bilingual primary school, École Bilingue. It was behind the old presidency. This lake was a clean place, nice, but today we hear when you look at the lake, it is an eyesore. Biya has been making promises, I'm going to fix this place, I'm going to retrograde it. So when you look at this, you cry. The people feel really sad when they watch and see some of the stuff going place around this lake. Yet, Biya is running for president again. At 92, he's going to make sure that in 2035, Cameroon is going to emerge. Who is he fooling? Well, he's fooling the people. Let him continue fooling the people. But that's why we are praying for change to come to Cameroon. We know that guys like the AES, Alliance des États du Sahel, Ibrahim Traoré, Assimi Goïta, and Abdurrahman Touani, they're going to come to Cameroon. They are in the army. They're going to come. Even the guys in Ambazonia, they too are fighting. In the north, they are fighting. So 2025 is going to be a pregnant year for Cameroon because a lot of change is going to happen. The change that Biya and his people don't want to happen is going to happen unavoidably. As far as God sees it, Cameroon is Sodom and Gomorrah. So the place needs to be burned. And it will burn. The fighting will be merciless. A lot of bloodletting is going to take place. That's what we can see.
At Ayuk Tax Service, we understand taxes can be overwhelming. That's why we've been serving taxpayers and tax preparers nationwide since 1986. Why wait for your money? We guarantee fair and accurate tax returns with experienced professionals you can trust. We offer a range of services, including accounting, bookkeeping, and recording, payroll, insurance, and real estate, corporate and individual income tax preparation, tax planning and preparation. Are you a tax preparer or entrepreneur looking to boost your income? Partner with Ayuk Tax Service for a free, fast, and easy way to grow your business. Ayuk Tax Service is the ideal partner for check cashing stores, travel agencies, realtors, loan officers, and grocery stores. Facing IRS tax problems? Let Ayuk Tax Service provide expert assistance to resolve any issues quickly and efficiently. With over 3 decades of experience, Ayuk Tax Service has been trusted by clients nationwide. We're committed to delivering exceptional service and ensuring bigger refunds. We make tax preparation seamless for businesses like yours. Don't wait, get your fair share with Ayuk Tax Service. Contact us today and let us handle your taxes with care. Learn more at www.ayuktax.com. Visit one of our convenient office locations or call us today. Our offices are located in Maryland and Virginia. Ayuk Tax Service. Bigger refunds. Better service.
Eritrea does not augur well either. In Eritrea, we also have another dictator, Isaias Afwerki. He too is just not doing much for his country. The people are really sad. Somalia, well, in Somalia, we have some good news. The government is trying to work hard to stem the tide of Al-Shabaab, but Trump decided to bomb some of those jihadist strongholds. Africa Command, the American arm, is working in that area too. But America forgets that Africans are ready for transactional politics. But we don't want Africans to be taking their resources and giving to America for free. That's the problem. This should change. ECOWAS is dead. ECOWAS cannot do much. And the Alliance d'État du Sahel is rising, challenging ECOWAS. Then finally, we take you to Nigeria.
Tired of waiting in long lines at the emergency room or your doctor's office? You should be. Why wait in long lines for care? It's time for you to come to Lucille Urgent Care. Real care, no waiting. Lucille Urgent Care, the best place for true and loving care. Service at Lucille Urgent Care is convenient, fast, time efficient, affordable, accessible, transparent, and cost effective. Real treatment is your right. Indeed, it's not just a privilege or pejorative. Skip the emergency room's long lines, kiss the ER goodbye, say farewell to your old doctor's office, pay less, save time, enjoy the excitement of convenience, receive immediate treatment, get the healthcare you need quickly and affordably. Lucille Urgent Care offers many express services: rapid COVID-19 testing, on-site prescription, preventative lab services, imaging and x-rays, urgent medical treatment for common illnesses and injuries, routine vaccines and flu shots, work-related injury services, pre-employment, occupational, annual, and sports physicals, immigration exams, and much more. Same-day treatment, rapid lab results, extended hours, weekend hours, no appointment necessary, no insurance necessary, no doctor necessary, walk-ins accepted, telemedicine available. We are open 7 days a week with evening and weekend hours. We are located in Maryland, Lucille Urgent Care, 903 Half York Road, Towson, Maryland, 21204. Website, lucilleuc.com. Call at 443-275-1286 or 301-593-4897.
Well, this week, the bright spot in Africa is in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have the domination of Afrobeats all over the world. Afrobeats was a brand of music that was really popularized by a lot of other artists, but the guy who brought it to international prominence, I would say, is Fela Ransom Kuti. Later, he changed his name to Anikulapo Kuti with his Kalakuta Republic. He really took this music and made it, because most people did not even know that Fela went to music school. He studied music and he was a great artist. When you listen to his music, he had his own brand, his own sound. When you listen to a Fela song, before he even speaks, you know that this is a Fela song because his music is unique. So most of these young guys today, just like the way the young Americans used to do a lot of sampling, they have been borrowing from people like Fela and other great artists in Nigeria. And today, these guys are dominating the music scene. And I love what I see, okay? A lot of young artists like Davido, Burna Boy, Thames, Yemi Alade, they are all dominating the space. Tiwa Savage, there are so many. Some South Africans were really disappointed that nobody is talking about South African music at the Grammys. Because the Grammys night just took place. The best artists from Africa, Nigeria, Nigerians were everywhere. So South Africa, don't be jealous. When your brother does something well, pat him on the back. Wait for your turn. So when I listened to a lot of comments on the internet, a lot of South Africans were not happy that Nigerian music was dominating. But let us be happy with Nigeria. Nigeria has made Africa proud. Let's be happy with the Afrobeats. Afrobeats has gone international. We wish Fela could live to see this, but wherever he is, he'll be pleased that his grandsons and daughters are making Africa proud. They are taking the music to where he was not able to take it. But at least he built a foundation on which most of the young people are resting and playing this music, and the whole world. Even the other day when I heard that Davido went and played for some rich Indians, they paid big money, I was very impressed. I said, wow, for an African, this is great. Today, it's like what we used to call the British invasion, the British musical invasion of the United States. Now, the African music invasion is not only taking place in the United States, it's taking place all over the world. The Nigerian sound is the sound of Africa, is the sound of the world. So we are happy that Nigeria is really making us proud. Long live Nigeria, long live Africa. Bye-bye.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.